Good morning, some quick chart updates and coffee. Bitcoin is beautifully back in the range again. If you followed along, we've been very lucky so far. Range broke down, Larsson Line blue, support turned resistance. Twice. We hit the price target circle exactly, also twice. Nice re-entry for some, then reaction back. And I said that three things need to happen for the bull market proper to be back, for trending price action to be back and price discovery. For the whole of 2025 so far, we have not been in trending price action. We have been ranging. First this was the range, then we dropped to the range below, and now we're back in the upper one. So step one, get back in the upper range is done. Secondly, we need to plow through the volume here. This is the price where the most volume has changed hands. This will now act as a resistance. And you can see that these days we stopped exactly here. The peak volume was here at 96,600. That's known as the POC, or the point of control. But we need to get through the whole area. And if we break on through to the other side, up here to 99,100,000, we are then set up for the final leg, which is to break through the upper range boundary, the resistance that kept us in check. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 separate days. If we smash through that with Larsson Line beautifully gold, we leave the ranging price action behind us and resume trending price action in the right direction with Larsson Line gold. That is what I'm hoping will happen, but hope is not a strategy. If something else actually plays out, I will react accordingly. The new gamble entries I took near the price target, I will not hold them into a loss. Zero tolerance for drawdowns. Of course, one further clue is what happens in the macro world. And the US stock market is not safe yet, despite the recovery these weeks. Whether we look in this view at the adjusted ES1 for the S&P 500 mini futures, we're clearly below resistance. And same conclusion if we look at the general SPX. I'd say this is the key level here, we're clearly below it, and looking at this recovery pattern since the day of the bottom. At first glance, this looks very nice, right? We're having higher lows here. But guys, this better not develop into some kind of wedge here, hitting up against the key resistance. That would be really ugly if that happens. No prediction, just something to watch out for. And I think the stock market can't be predicted at this time. It depends on the tariffs. If bad tariffs between the US and China get cemented, I think this will drop much further. Remember that the current minus 21% drop from top to bottom here is not much. Past significant drops have been much bigger, 27, 35, 57, 50. So if that happens, this tiny drop up here can easily drop another 20% from the previous lows, because then US companies will actually earn less as a group. Why? Because of less trades, both parties get poorer, see my tariff video. But I'm an optimist, I hope that reason will prevail and they come to some good agreement. If that happens, if we get a boost here in stocks, I think that will definitely turn on the risk appetite for Bitcoin as well, and very high chances that this breaks out and this inverse head and shoulders interpretation, with this crash just being a retest of the neckline and seemingly crazy targets playing out. I don't predict, I will remain reactive as always. Solana SOL to BTC is setting up for this inverse head and shoulders that we discussed before. We already hit the range breakdown target here at 0.00141. Next, definitely watch this neckline level at 0.00165 for inverse head and shoulder confirmation. On the USD chart, this drop below support now smells more and more like a fake. Ethereum is clearly not threatening Solana or anything else for the matter, though if we're looking for hopium, it would be the notably larger volume here at current price level. Someone is buying with size. But SOL versus ETH remains solid as a rock, and I'm not talking about the Ether rocks. The challenger to Solana here is clearly not ETH. It's clearly not Polygon, not AVAX, here is SOL versus AVAX. BNB perhaps, SOL versus BNB, has been pretty flat since 2023, it stopped trending there. TRX perhaps, SOL gained a lot on TRX in early 2024, but since then SOL has really lost grounds to TRX. ADA perhaps, Cardano, SOL gained massively on ADA until that parabola broke here in November 2024. Then ADA has gained some on SOL. Base of course, but it doesn't have its own L1 yet. I think the one that has really eaten into Solana's dominance is neither of those. It's clearly SUI. Here is SOL versus SUI. SOL has lost massive grounds to SUI over the past, say, 3/4 of a year, and it hasn't really recovered. SUI is still massively behind in terms of adoption. DEX volume 7 times bigger on Solana, DeFi TVL, SOL is 4 times bigger, stablecoins 15 times bigger, but Ivan said something that I really liked on his channel the other day. The king can be slain, you know, the Kingslayer in Game of Thrones. Solana showed that the king of smart contract L1s, Ethereum, can be dethroned. That means that the new king, Solana, can also be dethroned. That's the beauty of a reactive trend trading model, because if that would actually start happening, we could get another set of long, beautiful trending price actions. Again, let's see. But a word of warning also that usually it doesn't happen. Usually the old winner keep winning, and right now that is still Solana. The trend is your friend until the end when it bends. And then you need to react and take action. I still hold Solana exposure, but I keep an open mind from here. Reminder that today is the last day to get the lifetime access to my whole course and Larsson Line package. This is the best thing I have ever done. Better than the telecom, better than the moose box, and if I'm ever in doubt if it was worth it to deal with all the hassle that comes with publishing it, then I'm sitting down by the inbox and getting emails like this. As I told you once before, your course has given me my health back by being able to afford private surgery. It has given me financial independence. Now I plan to leave the UK in the summer due to the society becoming increasingly unsafe and the new government making capital gains tax too high. Someone once said, "Will the last person leaving England please turn off the light?" It feels like this is now truer than ever. I want to live somewhere safe and warm as I'm over 60 now. Thank you from the not so great Britain. Thanks mate for sending this over. Love it. There is tremendous joy in being of use. And I feel that this really picks up on the energy from the quit your job and move countries video a couple of weeks ago. Now is the time to make some changes. Less fun, also today in the same inbox I got an email from a guy who just got scammed on $100,000. As I say in almost every video, even though you guys are bored of it, is to watch out for impersonators. They're working hard every single day, they go up every morning, they go to the scam farm, they create 1,000 new fresh accounts on Instagram, Discord, YouTube, X, Facebook, TikTok, email, SMS, phone call, carrier pigeon, and on every other platform. The real me will not DM you about some exciting investment opportunity. That is not me. One letter or symbol will be different in the username, like Larsson with 2 R or a dot somewhere. That is a scammer who uses my beautiful profile picture and tries to get you to send hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars or BTC to some investment platform which doesn't exist. I have one website, it's ctolarsson.com. There I have a course with Larsson Line indicator, which is the last day today to get it on the lifetime deal forever after 7 years. More info in this video. Thank you, tack. CTO Larsson out.